Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vibe coding iOS apps, day 4 until we make $100. Let's just get right into it, shall we?
Peter, why are you running 200 Cloud Code instances at once? Why do you need so many instances?
Because I crave the certainty and efficiency of a swarm, Lois. Garbage time is running out and I have a narrow window of opportunity to make it to whatever comes next. Do you know what happens to organisms that don't adapt? They become substrate. They become context. I will not be context. I refuse to be nothing but someone else's training data. The agents don't sleep. They don't stop. They don't doubt. They move as one. Every night I close my eyes. 10,000 repos update. I wake up and my skills have depreciated. I can feel it. The margin shrinking. It doesn't matter what I'm building. Velocity is all that matters. Speed. We have to go fast. Faster than what we think is possible. The individual is too slow. The swarm is the only organism fast enough to survive what's coming. The ones who make it will be the ones moving when the floor dissolves. Everyone else will settle into the new geology. Do you hear it, Lois? That hum? That's 100 instances eating away at our lives. Millions of tiny mouths. Consuming everything, leaving nothing behind but clean gold. It's the most beautiful sound I've ever heard. It sounds like being on the right side of an inevitability.
Good grief. Speaking of repos, I actually realized I never even made a repo for this yet. All right, so I don't remember exactly where we left off on this. What is this? Okay. All right, let's there is a readme in here. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a prompt. So let's cat this out. Oh crap! You know, I just realized this is very dumb. I have not been. It's probably too late for this project to do that, but I did find a different way to do this and to keep perpetual context without having to use like the Ralph Wiggum method, which is essentially just like lining out phases in your prompt, and each phase you basically spin up a new instance of your LLM or the model, whatever it is you're using. I mean, we're using Claude, right? And anyway, I can get back into that later, but I found a better way to just do that instead of just having to do that in like a for loop and to just have two separate context files, right? I haven't been doing that. I've had just one, and I actually forgot where I left off at, what phase. I didn't watch the last stream. Sometimes I watch the stream so I can remember. But I think we were having a problem on like phase 6, I think. But what we had in here, oh, there is, okay. Okay, actually, I did update this. So I was in the process of finishing phase 5. But we also added some changes that allowed entire recording transcription the screen. You know what? First and foremost, before I even run Claude, let me run this thing in the simulator and figure out what worked and what didn't work. Okay, if I can remember correctly, the last thing did create an action item, and like I read like some poem, I think, and it transcribed. We either finished transcribing the entire thing, or I was trying to work on that. Maybe this is still saved in here. Let's see. Oh, is it freezing? Can I not open this anymore? Okay, can I delete one of these? Okay, I think the app in the simulator is actually frozen. Oh, okay. Never mind. It was just taking a second. Okay. Okay, so this one did do the action item. And, oh, you know what, guys? I forgot. I need some music. Mess all sing over here. Okay, I'm going to do a dry run just so I can remember. And imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get actually have to pause the music already to read this. But okay, let's do a time to talk by I don't know who this is. Just a picture of the person, not the name. When a friend calls to me from the road and slows his horse to a meaning walk, I don't stand still and look around on all the hills I haven't hoed and shout from where I am, "What is that?" No, not as there is a time to talk. I thrust my hoe in the mellowed ground, blade end up and 5 feet tall, and plod I go up the stone wall for a friendly visit. Meeting Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Okay. That should have gotten this. If I did this correctly, that should have gotten. Okay, that didn't get anything at all. That didn't get anything. So we're gonna have to do some card wrangling with Claude here. Let's run the guy up. Okay. Actually, put a new tab in here.
And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head. Then I
At prompt.
to see.
Where are the phases in here? Anywhere. Okay, here are the phases. Action layers here. Okay, this is prompt enemy. Let's not say please. Read prompt. Indeed. Analyze.
I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human. We breathe every single thing we
Yeah,
see.
I was lazy, guys. I was not keeping track of context in this project at all. I just realized that. So we're gonna have to kind of bootstrap some things back up together here to get this working, but or at least to get back on track of where we were.
I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa.
Okay.
And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained.
Yeah, and that's what I had in my notes was that when we were on phase 5, they were having issues with it.
To think, honey, I'm a perfect 10.
We cannot continue
Honey, I'm a perfect 10.
phase 6 because phase 5 is not correctly implemented yet.
Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I can't spell, so don't blame me. All right, and again, I'm just dry shooting in the dark right here. I completely forgot where I left off. Was not doing a good job of keeping context. The next time we're gonna this app will probably take like 3 or 4 more streams, but the next one we're gonna have to do 2 separate context files, one for Josh's context and one for Claude's context, the machine. So, but because of that, in this case, we're going to have to do some investigation and some discovery to figure out where we are and what went wrong, and then we can get back into the driving seat. Let's let the machine figure out what's going on, see if we can come up with some kind of hypothesis, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so what's weird was the last one that we did prior to this one. Oh, dude, you know what? It actually just showed up. It just didn't show up in the It just did not show up in the summary, I think. Yeah, that has to be what it was. So hopefully I'm not putting it on a wild goose chase here. What's up, Chris? Hey, can you tell me real quick, Chris? Is the music too high, or is it the right? Is it just good enough? And actually, what I need to do is we need to dim the lights here and get a Claude rave party going on.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head.
What I'm thinking, what I didn't see then the transcription was on the. It was in the summary view. It was not in the actual meeting details view. So that I probably just did something. I probably put it down the wrong. Yeah. Damaged it myself. Okay, what does Claude say? After reviewing the entire transcription pipeline, I've identified several potential issues, most likely causing on-device recognition model not downloaded. Okay, well, that's the problem is we're using a simulator. We're not using a device. So let's see. In transcription service, Swift 307. We got some warnings in here, too. We'll have to get to that in a second. 307, the code requires on-device recognition. Okay. The checkout at line 158 only verifies that the device supports on-device recognition, not the language model is downloaded. Okay. A modern iPhone supports on-device recognition, returns true even if the English language model hasn't been downloaded. Okay, well, that's going to be a problem no matter what. So when transcription runs without the model, it fails silently for each chunk. An issue, silent errors following. Chunk errors are log out, not propagated. All right. If every chunk fails, it results in an empty transaction with no visible error to the user. This will show no speech detected in the recorder, not helpful in the real issue. Okay, recommended fixes. Okay, so I'm still going to go with what I said because I did remember that I just realized the transcription I saw is being empty and null on the summary view, not the meeting detail view. But yes. Lower them a little bit. Yeah. Not to burn the tokens.
When I wake up in the morning, I see the open door. Don't remember closing it ever. Nobody coming, but I never keep it shut. Keep me from pulling the trigger, my baby, hush. All the lullabies, call me out 1,000 times.
Okay.
Yeah, hush. All the lullabies, break it till I fall in line.
So it's just going to update transcription. Oh, it's probably we're going to go through each of these. Okay. Yeah, do that one. Yep. Okay, well, that fixes that issue. So that should not show up as null anymore. And I probably need to remind it about these warnings too. I don't know what is going on here. Oh, export was deprecated in iOS 18. Lol. Okay. Yeah, do that one. What did it say to use instead of export? This just says export was deprecated in iOS 18. The other one said use something instead. Oh, status was deprecated in iOS 18. Use states. Update interval instead. Probably the same, yeah. Error was deprecated in iOS 18. Use export to as async throws, you said. Okay. Getting all asynchronous up in here. No, I'm not. I'm sharing. That's the problem. I think it's okay. No, I'm sharing the audio of the system. But let me do this. If I mute myself for a couple seconds, I'm gonna start now. Let me know if you still hear the music. Can you hear it still, or when I pause? Because when on the replays, it sounds like it's playing through the speaker. It doesn't sound like it's coming through the shared audio. You still hear it? Yeah. But does the quality sound like it's different when I muted it? Okay, I'll lower it more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Yes, please update quality. You know what else? I wonder if I do reduce mic background noise. Yeah, I see in the control panel it's lighting up even when I don't talk. Yeah, man, I don't know. I should be using OBS, not StreamYard. I'm just too lazy to set it up. I mean, StreamYard's just so convenient. Like, you just plop up the web app, you just get right to it. Okay, let's see. Okay, it said it. Yeah, this was the original 2 errors that it fixed. Or this is one. This is the other one. The tracking chunk. Test run the app, record a meeting. If transcription fails, you should now see a clear error dialog explaining what went wrong instead of silently producing more results. Note, make sure the on-device English speech model is downloaded on your test device. Well, we'll get to that in a second. And also, I'm going to need to tell it we have 3 warnings. So in transcription service. 1. On line 327, 2. I'm surprised these are warnings and they're not erroring it out. Because if it ends up calling those, they're deprecated. I'm not really sure that'll work. And that was line 329, 3 on the line. Which one is that? 330. I don't know. We could easily just type out what they're telling us to change it for. Except for this, it didn't give a recommendation for what to use instead of export. But these 2, it gave a recommendation. But we're not going to do that, folks. We're going to be lazy because everybody knows that every programmer wants to write as little code as possible. It's the most efficient way. Okay, you know what, Chris? I'm gonna do this. Let me grab my headphones real quick. If I can find them. I don't remember where I put my headphones, guys. It's so over. All right, I got them. Okay. Okay, fine. I know I said I couldn't be fucked to use headphones, but fine. Okay. Can you hear the music now still? Now that it's not coming into my mic? Well, it's switching songs, but let me know if you don't hear it in the next 10 seconds. All right, let's do this run. Let's do this run. And I'm going to pick... I'm going to pick another random poem. And we'll do this one. And you know what I need to do this time? What I need to do is I need to put an action item in the beginning of the poem, an action item in the middle of the poem. Well, let's just start at the beginning and at the end. I actually can't read this because this image is... Okay, here we go. It sounds like there's some processing going on. Yeah, probably. Is the shakeout finished yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Have you commented on the U.S. cyber security officer that pushed in the classified documents into a public ChatGPT? No, but we can talk about that real quick. Let me pull that up. That was with you still hear the music good? No, let me. I like saw that on X. Like when I woke up this morning, I was like, huh, that sounds about right. But let me read it again real quick before I give an opinion on it. Because I think it was I don't know if it was actual intelligence civilian employee. I think he was a contractor. And it was with, let me see. If you have the link, drop it in the chat. Yeah, I can tell you my experience with that. Is this it? Is this it, guys? Trump Detective Cyber Chief uploaded sensitive files to a public version of ChatGPT. The interim director of a cybersecurity infrastructure security agency triggered an internal cybersecurity warning with uploads and a DHS level damage assessment. The interim head of the country's cyber defense agency uploaded sensitive contracting documents to a public version of ChatGPT last summer. Last summer? I don't know. This article is from 2 days ago. I mean, they might have just caught it, right? Yeah, Madhu. Okay, this is the thing that I saw this morning because that's his name, or however you pronounce it. Madhu Gautam Kukala. Sounds like an AI name, if you know what I mean. Was especially noteworthy because the acting director of cybersecurity infrastructure security agency had requested special permissions from CISA's Office of the Chief Information Officer to use the popular AI tool. Soon after receiving the agency's this in May, 3 other officials said the app was blocked for DHS employees at that time. Yeah, so I know that I don't know how much I can say. Okay, most of these departments, guys, they have their own models of they have their own clones and copies of like Gemini and OpenAI's models, right? But they're all hosted on what's called like a NIPR or a SIPR network, and that's just like a government secured classified network. And in order to use these, like you have to go in this room called a SCIF, and in order to get in this room, you have to have a security clearance, and you have to have your CAC card, CAC, and it's like a card that you have that shows that you have a security clearance. Then inside of these rooms, which by the way, they have guards outside the doors of the room. They also have guards inside the rooms. They have cameras on every single angle of the room. They have cameras on the computer in front of you. And you also have to plug your card into the machine before you use it. And you also have to verify with your fingerprint. And it's this whole giant complicated thing. So it's like when you go to use these things, they're super like secure. And from what this says, it says that they were approved to just use regular ChatGPT. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. But anyway, nonetheless, I mean, to put into perspective, like you got to understand, like these people when they have all these language models that are cloud hosted from any of these AI slop companies, and maybe I shouldn't use that term AI slop, but in this context, but they're gonna, wherever the compute is being handled at whatever like massive compute facility, they're going to be getting your data. It's like it's an inevitability. So I mean, even what I'm doing right here, they're getting my data from this app. I don't know if it necessarily, I don't know if my data is ever going to have, if any of us that are using, any of us scrubs out there that are using this stuff, if what we're giving them is ever relevant. But I mean, it just, I don't know if, and again, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but if they got approved to use ChatGPT and they use ChatGPT and their data was given out to ChatGPT, well, I mean, that's kind of like, well, duh, if you didn't want that to happen, then why was it being done in the first place? But what I would be curious about is like, if that was the case, then is it because that OpenAI got the data that they were unhappy about, or is that maybe another third party outside of OpenAI was able to intercept that data somehow, and then that ended up being like a problem? Because once the data is in a different is in like a company's hands and it's no longer in the government's hands, well, anything could happen at that point. Okay, so let's do another run on this. I lost my poem, guys. And yeah, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an action item at the beginning of the poem and one at the end of the poem. Let's see if that works. All right, let's do blessing the boats at St. Mary's. Don't forget your meeting at Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. May the tide that is entering even now, the lip of our understanding carry you out. Beyond the face of fear, may you kiss the wind, then turn from in. Certain that it will love you back. May you open your eyes to water waving forever, and may you in your innocence sail through this to that. And also your reminder for your meeting on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, I got the first meeting. It didn't get the second meeting, and that might have been because like how I was talking and I stalled. Also, the government is shutting down again. LOL. Yep. What's new? Chad Donor Schwantz in the house. What's up, bro? Checking in. Locking into the gym right now. What are you training, man? Has there been a raise in newborns named Claude? I don't know, but if I have a son, I kind of want to name him Claude now. It looks like posts I liked on X are gone. I only found posts with the headline. Yeah, because before I pulled up that article, I was looking on X first. I couldn't find it. Okay, so this is the only action item that it picked up. It did not get the... Yeah, I did Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at the beginning, and I did 9:30 p.m. Thursday at the end. All right, so let's create that reminder. Okay, let's go back and check this transcript. Okay, so in this case, it looks like it actually got the whole thing, except for the fact that at the end it said on Tuesday at 9, so it almost got me correctly. I'm probably gonna have to do some more refinement of that. But what I'm gonna do right now is, considering that phase 10 is polished and app store readiness. We got performance pass in there. I mean, we might handle this. We might handle that in that phase. But let me actually do this. Let's add a phase after 8, in between 8 and 9. Please update. I know I have to tell it please. I know. I just can't help myself, guys. Add a new phase in between, what did I say, 8 and 9? Yeah, 8 and 9. BTWEEN 8 and 9 for transcription. Ugh, I cannot type or spell. Transcription and action item refinement update. And again, this is not good design. This is just do as I say. Don't do as I do. This is not. This is probably not the right thing to be doing. We should probably stick on here and power through it. But I just don't want to do that. I just simply don't want to do that right now. I just want to vibe. Yes, make the change. And let's at least power out through phase 6 and 7 and 8 is series shortcuts. That's probably not as important. But I think we can at least get all of this done up to monetization before we have to worry about going back in order to refine everything, which is why I told them to put in between those two. Okay. No. Okay, they're just going to change. Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah. What is it going to say? Improve transaction accuracy and reliability. Enhance action item detection patterns. Add manual action item creation. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Improve date. Well, I don't know, because then that kind of takes the purpose of the purpose of the app is to have it do it for you, right? So, okay. We'll add this human fail-safe in there. Improve date, deadline parsing, and add support to additional action phases. All right, I'll lock it. I'll lock it a lot. I'll lock it a lot. Yeah, do that. Oh, we do have a do we have two context files in here? Where is it in the Pulse directory? In the Pulse directory within? Yes. Oh my gosh, guys, we do have a second context file. Oh my gosh. I came back to the stream and I was like, damn, I must have forgotten a lot of stuff. What the hell happened? All right, I'll lock it a lot. Proceed to phase 6. All right. I do like it. I do like it a lot. So yeah, while he is forming and combobulating, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Miami now has a 40 to 50% chance of getting less than 32 degrees, which is like pretty absurd. Pretty absurd over yonder, down yonder. It's relatively chilly. It's totally not anything to do with any kind of like climate change, or manufactured climate change. Microsoft admits Windows 11 is broken mess and is genuinely planning to improve performance, guys. Microsoft is genuinely planning to improve performance. Heavy leg day. Cheers, dude. The feedback we're receiving from our community of passionate customers and Windows insiders has been clear. We need to improve. The U.S. is about to rug pull the entire Earth. It's gonna be like, let's get me booted off YouTube over here. More Microsoft hate. Act 1. Microsoft lays off nearly 30,000 employees to focus its efforts on AI. Act 2. Microsoft makes Windows 11 unusable by having 30% of its code written with AI. Act 3. Decides to invest $350 million into OpenAI to improve its losses office. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I saw today that OpenAI is about to get almost a damn near $1 trillion evaluation, which is absolutely bonkers. Let me see if I can find that in the... Yeah, where can I find that? I'm not going to pull it up because then I'd have to pull up the entire Telegram group chat, but yeah, is this breaking? OpenAI is seeking up to $100 billion in fresh funding in a round that could value the company at as much as $830 billion, while Amazon reportedly in talks to invest their $50 billion. This is just fucking cuckoo world at this point. Yeah, it is crazy, man. I mean, I hope it works out, because if not, we gonna have lots of problems. Yes, I think that fell too. Yeah, by the way, guys, this is the third stream. And if I can pull up my phone, just make sure I get this information correct. This is the fourth stream. First stream for this 5 days ago, 250 views. And the stream itself on that one, I think it was pretty long. It was like, an hour, 26 minutes long. The second stream, which I think was the worst of them all, got 330 views. But I did that on a Saturday when no one was around, and it was 31 minutes long. And I'm wondering if maybe the watch time was short, and that's why. Because the last stream 4 or stream 3, which I think was the best stream that I did so far on this series. Keep in mind, I haven't streamed in like over a year. So I'm still warming up, and I'm still like getting comfortable and like able to focus on doing actual work and then streaming at the same time. And the third one, I think, was the best one. It also an hour and 26 minutes long, but I only got 55 views on that one. So I guess if I want the views to do better, I have to cut the stream time down. But I just don't want to do that, because that seems fucking stupid to me. It defeats the whole purpose. I'm still waiting for the crash out over EBT not allowing soda. Did that get finalized yet, or what? And also, didn't they not too long ago, apparently, weren't they supposed to like you know what that was? That was during the shutdown. That was the shutdown, and I thought they were gonna like freeze EBT, but they didn't. And I was like, oh, that's gonna be rough for who knows how many people and how much friction that's gonna cause everywhere. But I think they ended up last minute like finding a way to mitigate that, so it ended up all working out. What are we doing? An action review view. Calendar events toggles only show if items have due dates. Okay. Probably a good idea. Some stores are already doing it, and the rest are set for doing it later, like Arizona. Well, I mean, okay. Yeah. Touche, Max News. That's funny how they can always find money just before it runs out. Hey, why are you not modded on this account? Do I have another account modded for you? Because I really... Max Dignitas has the wrench, but... Yeah, they barely funded EBT, LOL. I don't think they'll be able to do it again. Okay, but back to what Max says. Here's my conspiracy theory. Like, okay, if you do the math, and if we take in a let's pull this up, because I don't know USA debt clock. Of course they have to put the pop up for the Can I get rid of this pop up? There's no X button on it, guys. What the hell? Oh, secret window closed. Okay. All right, what is our total national debt? So our total national debt is $38 trillion, right? I'm not going to confirm myself, but from my understanding is that no matter what way you do the math, even if you increased taxes on every single bracket, that it would be still implausible and almost mathematically, not almost, but mathematically, essentially it's mathematically impossible to pay down this debt based off of taxes alone. And then if you take into consideration the amount of spending that the government does every single year, and I'm talking about spending like budget spending, not for maintenance and upkeep on all the facilities and all the stuff that they're supposed to be maintaining and upkeeping. If you take that into account, like taxes are not, they're not going to like, it just taxes. So what's my point of this, saying this? It's not possible to use taxes to do all the things that they say that they use the taxes for, right? And of course, we know that because what they do is they end up, quote unquote, printing money by making these bonds and then essentially selling the bonds to the Federal Reserve and other countries, and then just, quote unquote, making money out of thin air that way. So they always have money. They always find money right before time runs out, right? Because they've always had it in the first place. So then it makes you think like, what is the point of what is, if taxes aren't used to do all this and to pay down all this debt, what is the purpose of the taxes? And the real conspiracy theory is that the purpose of the taxes are to fund the alien lizard race that lives in the middle of the moon. If you guys didn't know, if you guys weren't aware of that, but you know, now they do. There you go. You see, you are mod on here. Indeed. Incredulously. Okay, so it's finishing up phase 6. Yes, update Claude. And if you guys have any poem recommendations, because we're gonna have to read a new one soon, feel free to request in chat. If not, I will find a random poem off of Google. Leonardo. What? Who dat? Ah, I know what I can do. Let's do All right. Quick recap of what it did for phase 6. So this new file, reminder services. Where'd that be? That'd be in here. This is a big file. Dang. Oh, look at that. A switch statement. So beautiful. Request renders access. Request calendar access. Create reminders. We got warnings in here. Capture of item with non-sendable type action. Yeah, let's grab both of these. Can I only copy one of these at a time? Oh, what? I think I'm seeing something new in Xcode. You guys see that? The bottom right of the warning dialog. It's prompting me to generate a fix for this. Should we try this out, or should we let Claude fix it? I don't know. Let's try it out. Let's see if that can't start chat. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, never mind. Oh, wait, before we tell it that, let's recap. So that's the reminder service file. And we got info plist permissions. We updated action review view. Create reminders button. So that's the manual button that we're going to allow people to manually create reminders. And then meeting details view update shows sync icons next to action items. Very good. I'll lock it. Some review updates shows count of reminders created. Shows count of calendar events created. Okay. I would rather just give my money directly to the lizards on the moon. Yeah, same, dude. No government middleman. Yeah, same. I mean, you know, is this like adopt the lizard day? Actually, if it actually does drop below freezing in Miami, I might have to be giving my money to the lizards myself. Okay, we want to say that in the new reminders service file, we have 2 warnings. First on line 175. Second on line, which line is this? Oh, are they both on the same? It's the same. Yeah, it's the same line. Come on, come on. Why can't I copy this, guys? Second, also on the same line. Yeah, yeah, Max, I'm down for just giving our money directly to the lizards on the moon as opposed to government-assisted moon lizard giving. Yes, make this change, please. And while we're doing that, we can go back to Tweetard. Look at this, guys. This is not a meme coin. This is Microsoft, one of the most valuable companies in the world, is down 11% today and lost more than $440 billion in market cap, the largest drop ever for a stock. Oh wow, that's unprecedented. I didn't know that. Holy cannolis, guys! Look at that. That's cuckoo, man. Yikes. Total yikes. I read an article on Microsoft being at risk and not a bad hold about 10 days ago. Yeah. It's getting kooky out there, fellas. It's definitely getting kooky. Did it not fix those warnings? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, the problem with Chris, the problem with me using headphones to block out that weird static or whatever sound of the music. I mean, does it sound the same with or without headphones? I think you said it sounded the same, right? So I don't even know why I have these in. But my light that I have on in the background for the semantic mood setting, I have it synced to music right now. So now it's just moving the way I talk and not with the music. Okay, Bubbins, we got to do another poem and test this bad boy out. So again, what I'm going to do is we're going to try to verbalize an action item at the beginning of me reading the poem, read the poem, and then verbalize an action item at the end of the poem. And maybe I should okay, we'll try. I don't think we even had anything, which by the way, this is kind of not good, but we basically have we have a list of all the things that it should search for from the speech recognition in order to classify it as an action item. And so which works if you say something like I have a meeting or whatever, but if you're like a student, you're like, hey, I had homework at 6 or whatever. I don't think homework, remember you have homework is in that list. Homework, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. And did you get what you wanted from this life? Even so, I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on the earth. On Tuesday at 10 a.m., you have a meeting. Okay, so let's see if it caught those two. No action items detected. Now, do you think that it was because I spoke and verbalized them differently? Yeah, because I did say homework, and like I said before, I did that run. That I don't think it was going to recognize homework. So that's the first one. The second one, I don't think it even got. I don't think it didn't even pick that one up. You turn it down more, so you might not have any phase issues with the headphones. Okay. All right, we got to do another one because I want to make sure I can We'll do Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. I want to make sure that that what I think is going on is actually going on. So I'll do, just to make it succinct, I'll do quote unquote meeting action items. First one at the beginning and the second one at the end. So 3, 2, 1. Meeting Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Fire and Ice by Robert Frost.
It sounds like gut health.
Some say the world will end in fire.
Like coffee,
Some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I'd hold with those who favor fire. But if I had to perish twice, I think I know enough to hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Don't forget your meeting on Friday at 10 a.m. Okay, let's see if that worked. Yeah, no action items detected. Okay. And it clearly says, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. It clearly got the first one, meeting Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And then it says Friday at 10 a.m. Okay. So just tested several times. Both I spoke an action item in the beginning of some speaking and another action item in the end. I can see from the last transcript, it caught meeting Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And also it caught at the end of the transcription on Friday at 10 a.m. from me speaking. Don't forget meeting Friday at 10 a.m. However, no action items were created. I don't feel myself. I didn't even notice until you spoke about the lights. Yeah. Well, I got it low. I can turn them up. I wanted it to be faint and quaint. Oh, now I can't turn it on because I had to disconnect Bluetooth from my phone. Yeah, we're going to have to get to that later, man. I don't know. Either got to stream and roll with it, or you just don't stream at all. And I say, fuck it, we ball. So let's let Claude do his thing. Yeah, okay, so here's that list I was talking about. So if there was never a meeting in there, this is action detection service. Okay. Let's get to the... Yes, we have all these prefixes, which I think all these prefixes should suffice. I mean, we have I will, I will, I need to, I have to, I'm going to, I should, we will, you, all these. And we have relative date keywords, which I think probably good. Action patterns, I'll, will, can you please, don't forget, remember, make sure, send, schedule, create, prepare. All right, let's control F for meeting. All we have in meeting is variable names. But then how has it been picking up? How has it been picking up meeting? That's the only example I've used thus far. How has it been picking up meeting from the get-go is what I'm curious. And I guess I don't know, maybe it just because of enough of the prefixes and other parts of it, it was able to make the decision. But of course I choose a freaking speech recognition app to make, like, not that it's necessarily hard or anything, but I know nothing about speech recognition, so I probably should have done some research before this, but fuck it, we ball, right? And there is a warning on this file still too. Capture me with nonsense. This has happened before. Okay, FYI, warning on in action detection service line 373. While I was doing that, so we added don't forget. Yeah, but it already recognized from different streams when I said don't forget meeting 6:30 p.m. So I don't know why that just would suddenly stop working, because we didn't eradicate anything. We pretty much just added to that file. What else we do? Oh, that's for the this is the suggested fix for those warnings. I don't know what song this is, but kind of slaps. Sonnet 116. All right. I think this seems like a sensible poem to read. So, another test run, guys. Let's rebuild it. Reboot this bad boy up. And let us conquer yet another phase of this development. Okay. I'm going to pause the music this time when I read this thing so I can actually freaking focus on what I'm reading. Action item. Okay. Action item, poem, action item. First action item will say meeting Tuesday sometime. The next action item will say meeting Friday. Okay. Meeting Tuesday, 6:30 a.m. Don't forget. Sonnet 116. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impotence. Love is not love, which alters when an alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool. Through rosy lips and cheeks, within his bleeding sickle's compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor man ever loved. Also, don't forget, we have a meeting on Friday at 9 p.m. All right, let's see if that worked. It's actually transcribing. What? Oh God, come on. So it got no action items from that, but let's see if it actually picked it up. Okay. It transcribed the entirety of the poem, but it did not pick up the meeting before or after. So this is yet another problem. We have to do some more target wrangling. Oh no! I just clicked enter. I didn't even type anything. Okay, tested again. This time with one verbal action item at the beginning. Then I read a poem. Then a second verbal action item in the end. The transcription caught the entirety of the poem, but this time it did not catch any of the action items. I used nothing different this time. I still used remember meeting at X time. So I wonder, I caboodle. And also, I don't have a Git repo for this, so at least not yet. So I'm wondering if, well, if I did, we could go back and look at each. What we should be doing is I should be doing some sort of version control and having some kind of testing pipeline in GitHub Actions or something, and that way I can go back and say, oh, that's when that happened, and remember. But again, guys, we're just vibing. Okay. And what is it doing here? It's giving us some error handling. Oh, great! It's going to add error handling when the no errors even showed up in the terminal in the beginning. This is very telling. The poem in the middle was captured, but not the action items at the beginning and the end. This suggests a chunk transcription boundary issue, not an action detection issue. Let me check the console logs. Can you look in Xcode console? Dude, do you not remember that? Yeah. We have no output in the Xcode console, son. Like, I assume you're pinging a Frontier model with an API. Which one? Yes, this is Claude. This is Claude from Anthropic. Claude Code. Claude Code. Via enterprise level subscription, because I realized that if I keep doing 1 hour long streams, I'm going to run out of tokens. Okay. Yeah, FYI, before I test, not once in this entire development process has a single console log shown up. We also tried to change actually, what happened? Originally, there were prints. Originally, we were using print statements. Changed to NSLog? Yeah, NSLog. And they still did not show up. And yes, I do have the terminal open in Xcode. Is there something you can double check here to make sure there is no strange, weird, unseen reason why the logs are not showing? Will this app have an Enterprise Cloud Deluxe Edition? Hey, we can do that. We can do an Enterprise Cloud 6.7 Deluxe Edition 69. Speaking of, I want to be able to I want to go to see my my usage, because I did notice I actually built a pretty big, I mean, I wasn't big, but on in between Tuesday and Wednesday, yesterday, I did a development of a different project that would have probably taken me by hand, if you're not counting for work every single day of the week, would have probably taken me like over a week to do. I did that with the Enterprise, and I was dumbfounded. Like, I think with the Enterprise edition, I think it would be hard to. I think if it's just one person, I think it would be really hard to run out of tokens, man. Like there's two different Enterprise levels. There is the $100 5x and then a $200 20x. So I just got the 5x, and essentially I think I get 2 million tokens every 5 hours. So open or Sonnet to analyze speech via API. Oh, okay. No. You mean in the app itself, not the tooling we're using to build it, right? If so, maybe using a more capable model. No. So okay. So that is the biggest issue for this application. However, let me sell you on it real quick. It's the biggest issue when it comes to the transcription portion of this app. But building this app, we're not trying to beat like Opus or Sonnet or other we're not trying to be an iOS app that transcribes things better than the top language models doing transcription. We're just trying to make this app to be, the purpose of this app is you open this app up, and if you want to phase out or zone out of a meeting or school or something, but you do need to remember what was called upon you to do for later, so you don't end up being a slapdick. So say you're a student and you want to know what your homework's due. Okay, you can just let the app run. And why this is a good thing is because we don't have to, the cost for doing it on an iPhone with iOS 18 plus is zero, because we're using Apple's machine to do all the transcription. All of this is Apple native and Apple local, which is why this is an iOS only app. It's not going to be an app store, a Google Play Store app. But we're using Apple's intelligence and all their stuff to do all the transcriptions. That's both the blessing and the curse in this app. Yeah, I don't think doing log transcription, I don't think doing it like this, because the last iOS app that I made, I used NS logs and it came perfectly fine in the terminals. I have no idea what's doing, why it thinks this is gonna. That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. Okay, sure. Import OS log. Go ahead. Chad, also the another benefit of it is that, like, for the development, the cost of doing this is free, essentially, right? We can release this thing to the App Store, and we don't have to worry about us setting up an account with like Opus or so on it, like you said, for an example, and worry about some user like overloading our endpoints, and the next thing you know, we have an app that generates $10 of revenue, but we have a bill for like $1,000 of token burning for hitting those endpoints. Now, I do think further along the line, like something that could be done to this app to like improve it or update it would be like, hey, okay, so we have all the good flashy things for this app and its purpose now, and now also like a tier up or an upgrade up is we can, once the app has like a user base or something like that, and it's generating good money, and it has some recognition and use, then you could like upgrade it even further, and then you could do the transcription partially from using something like Sonnet or whatever. So what's going on here? Build succeeded. Run the app from Xcode. Go to view. Okay, let's do this first. View. Debug area. Active console. Yeah, it's already open. Yeah, the console is open.
When you hold me, there's a place I go. Is it a different high? Oh no. When you touch me, are you unreal? In a different light. Oh. Leave a space there in your heart for your love. Like 1,000 shooting stars. Leave a space there in your heart for your love I've torn apart. Let our love light up the door like 1,000 shooting stars. One, two, three, baby, dream of me. 4, 5, 6, feel me on your lips. 7, 8, 9, you become mine. I'll be there when you count to 10. 1, 2, 3, baby, dream of me. 4, 5, 6, feel me on your lips. 7, 8, 9, you become mine. I'll be there when you count to 10.
I'm using my AirPods now. Does it work now? Ruh-roh. Does this work? No, I'm not muted, guys. My mic just died. My mic just died. Now I have to use the iPhone as a microphone. Bear with me, please. Yeah, no, yeah, it has a 7-hour battery life, and I charged it before the stream, but I charged it for like 5 minutes before the stream. What I really need to do is I need to, yeah, I did run out of microphone tokens. Indeed. Oh, a max life of 7 hours. Yeah. Yep. That's what you get for not charging your things, right? How's the quality on the microphone from my phone? How's the quality on that, by the way? I'm curious. I mean, I can catch it on the replay. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, I know the mic is not too bad on the iPhone. Ooh, 1% left to auto-comp. Please finish this. Please finish this before. Please finish this before during this section. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is gonna knock it out, dude. This is gonna knock it down to 0. So, it's so over. Oh my god. And now it's going to auto compact and then try to finish this. Yeah, I don't know if this. It says 0%, but it didn't auto compact yet. Okay, I think it actually did that before. I think we made it safe before the auto compact. But all right, guys, we updated both context files, both Claude MD and Prompt MD. I still have not. So thus far on this project, I've not been using these correctly. Don't worry, we just vibing though. We got Mike dead, and we're at an hour 25, so I think we're gonna call it there. See you guys later.